Hi everybody, welcome back to beewowd by April Lee. I am your host, April. I wanted to jump on here quick. I'm filming this during my lunch break on Tuesday. I am so sorry. It has been really a rough couple of weeks. My whole year has been rough. Let's just go with that. But so I'll just explain a little bit of what was going on here real quick before I get into things that I've completed. I'm a little backed up. Excuse me. Today's usually Mandala Tuesday. I am finishing up on my mandala blanket. I wanted to have it done by today. But a little bit of health issues jumped in the way of that. So I am going to plan on having that done by next Tuesday and starting another blanket. I want to try to figure out what I'm going to do. I don't know if it's going to be a mandala. It might just be the blanket that I want to do for my nephew, Colby, which I know the pattern I want to do. I just have to find it. I have purchased it already. So I just need to find it. So last Thursday, I had an endoscopy, an upper endoscopy, and they wanted to also add in an ultrasound, an internal ultrasound, to check out, I want to say it was one of the openings to my esophagus was a little dilated, so they just wanted to kind of look at that to be cautious, since I've been having a lot of issues going on. Plus, my health has been mimicking my grandfather's pretty much to a T, minus my mental health issues. My actual physical excuse me, my physical attributes such as like my blood pressure, my GERDs, which, like the acid reflux, the stomach issues, things like that. It's all been in mimicking my grandfather 100%. So even my eyesight, it's really weird. Both of my parents only needed reading glasses. Excuse me, one second. And they didn't need them until like their 40s. And my brother is the same way. He only needs reading glasses. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to be fine. I'm not going to need glasses. Well, around the time I got pregnant for the first time, which was July of 2001, I also was having some mild headaches. Not migraines, just mild headaches. And I talked to my doctor, and he's like, well, you know what? While you're on, because I didn't have insurance through my employer at that time because I was working part-time for the Brighton hot dog shop back in northwestern Pennsylvania, as part-time receptionist, part-time accounts payable, part-time rent collector, part-time anything you have come in pretty much except for writing out the checks. So I didn't have insurance, but since I had gotten pregnant, and unfortunately I had miscarried, but I had received insurance, and I believe they gave me insurance for like 6 months at that point, because when you get pregnant, you get insurance. I think it's at least 90 days. It might be 6 months. I don't remember. But anyhow, the doctor's like, well, since you have insurance right now temporarily, why don't you use it to get your eyes checked? So I got my eyes checked, found out that I needed glasses for distance, for driving. So it wasn't a very strong prescription at first. It's still not a super strong prescription, but it gets stronger. It gets progressively stronger every year. So I got my glasses and all was good. It didn't need reading glasses until probably, I want to say when I hit maybe 35-ish, maybe 30, but yeah, about 35-ish, I noticed a difference. And then about 2 or 3 years ago, 3 years ago, this is my third pair, I ended up getting bifocals, the no line progressive bifocals. And those are perfect because my reading is like 1.75, and then I need it for distance. So I have my distance here and then my reading here, and I love it that way. It took me a little bit to get used to, but anyhow, I went on this whole tantrum. My grandfather and my health mimics each other, including my eyes. Long story long. Story of my life. So anyhow, so after we did the endoscopy, my good friend Amber, thankfully, she got up early to take me. I drove out to Indianapolis. It takes me about an hour and a half to reach her house. And then I parked my car and she took me into the city from there. She stayed with me and then took me back to her house afterwards. After the procedure, because of the ultrasound, I had a lot, you can't see it, like right in here, like kind of like where you have pain and tightness when you have a cold and you've been coughing a lot, you get that tightness and you get like the short of breath and everything, and it hurt really bad to breathe in like any breath, which they said was normal. When they called to check on me on Friday, they said, I think it was like 4-ish, something like that. I told them, hey, I'm still having some, not as much, but definitely not as much, but I'm still having some tightness in my chest. And I'm having some hard times taking some deep breaths and breathing deep. So they said that they would like me to go to the ER and get checked, because that is not a normal like after effect of these procedures. It should have been cleared up by then. So I checked with my supervisor. Thankfully I have an amazing supervisor, and I know she watches my videos from time to time. So Amanda, if you see this, I am so thankful to have you as a supervisor. So you have no idea, knowing that my supervisor understands health issues, because she goes through health issues on her own. So she truly understands. So it was awesome. But anyhow, when I brought this to her, and I was just taking it to her as like a friend, saying, hey, gosh, this is what I have to do. She wanted me to get checked out right away. She was not comfortable with me waiting until 8:30 until I got off work. I was worried that I'm going to lose my holiday pay, because I have to work the day before and the day after, which would have been Friday and Tuesday. So she reached out to HR. HR says, no, it's okay. As long as she has proof that she's gone, she still gets paid holiday pay. So I got myself ready, got to grab my crochet, because you're going to be there for a couple of hours. Which it was kind of silly for me to take it. Well, it wasn't silly, but I worked on it a little bit, literally like a tiny bit. And then they took me back into a room. Before, when I was there, I was out in the waiting room back and forth between tests and stuff. And so I didn't have my earbuds, so I couldn't listen to YouTube. So I was crocheting on my mandala blanket for like hours. But this time they took me back into my room. So, in the middle of them coming in and out and going for tests and stuff, I listened to YouTube. I don't have it with me, but, I think about a couple years ago, the company I work for, was handing out these, power packs, like the cell phone power packs that you can get, and it has Stride written on it, because I work for Stride K-12. And so I had gotten one, and they sent it to me, and So I always have that charged up, especially if I know I'm going to go somewhere like this, or if I have storms coming through. So I've had it charged up because of the storms coming through and stuff. But I took that just because, using YouTube runs out your battery. So while I was at the hospital, they took blood work, they did an EKG, they did urine sample. Pretty much they said they needed to check out if I'm pregnant. I'm like, there's no reason. I can sign a waiver and we're good, because there's been nobody in my life for over a year, so we're good, unless it happens immaculate conception, which then, But anyhow, so they did that. While I was waiting, or right before, they hooked me up to a heart monitor. They took a chest x-ray, and then they hooked me up to the monitor, and I had to be on the monitor, and then the oxygen monitor, and that thing kept going off because my oxygen obviously was a little bit low. It was going off when it hit like 80%, which was driving me nuts. It was interrupting my YouTube time. Come on. So as I'm waiting for that all to come back, I'm thinking, okay, well, that's quite a bit of test. Then they come in and they said, we're going to do a CT scan with contrast. Basically, they're doing a complete cardiac workup. Just to make sure, because I have a very, very strong presence of heart issues in my family, both my mom and my dad's side, particularly my dad's side, everybody dies or has a heart attack or has had a stroke or congestive heart failure or stuff like that. So thankfully, all this stuff, the contrast that they use for the CT scan, I'm sure some of you've had this. It's where when they inject it, it goes like, it makes your body, like, it starts out like really hot. Like, I felt like I was just instantly having this like super hot flash, and then it worked down my body and then down through into my toes, and then within like a minute or two it was gone. But so all those tests came back negative. They sent me home. They just said that they feel that it was like the lingering effects of the procedure, and just to keep an eye on it and come back if it proceeds in the next 24 hours. Of course, over the last couple, it's still there a very tiny bit. I can feel it like in my esophagus area. But it's like the breathing is okay now, so I'm not really concerned about it. But yeah, so all that was going on. I had all plans of making a video Friday during my lunch. I had all plans of making videos this weekend and getting a bunch of stuff done in my house. Apparently the procedures and the stress and from going to the hospital and them doing all these workup with the cardiac stuff got my stress levels up, which when I get super stressed out, I have a chance of it flaring up my fibromyalgia, which it did. And I spent most of Saturday in bed. I spent almost all of Sunday in bed up until like 6ish, and I spent most of Monday in bed. I was awake a lot more yesterday, was watching some movies and stuff, but and today I really, really, really just wanted to be in bed, but I couldn't because I had to work today in order to get paid today, or to get paid for yesterday. So, and then this morning I got some horrible news that my Aunt Linda passed away yesterday morning, or early this morning. And I was close to her growing up. I used to spend a lot of time out of her house. Me and my cousin Stephanie was really close. Throughout our younger years, we grew apart during our adult years, but still have so many memories. And if you remember, if you recall, I'm not sure, if you guys have been here with me, my Uncle Steve just passed away 7.5 weeks ago. To be honest, it was 7 weeks and 4 days ago. That's my Aunt Linda's husband. So I truly feel, it's hitting me hard, but I feel so bad for my cousin Stephanie and my cousin David, because they lost their dad 7.5 weeks ago, and now they just lost their mom. The dad had stage 4 lung cancer. My aunt went into the hospital Sunday because her lungs was not sucking in the oxygen like it needed to. She's on oxygen to begin with. Every place she goes, she has to have it. I don't know if she has emphysema, if she has COPD like my dad. I know she was a heavy smoker. So, it all could play a part, but my cousin Steffi told me that they diagnosed her with pneumonia, and her lungs just wasn't able to hold in the oxygen she needed, and she passed away at about 3:30 or 4 o'clock this morning. So as you can imagine, it's been a really hard day for me today. But I'm getting through, and I only have the rest of today to go through, and then I'm off tomorrow for my day off, my normal day off, so I'll be able to relax. But yeah, so in that respect, I have a couple things I want to show you that I had purchased a while ago and I just never showed you. And then I did make several amigurumis this weekend, just small things, and something I want to show you that I need to send off to a friend soon. I made it for her daughter a while back, and I need to send it off. So one thing, and I'm sure you've seen Llama Mama Kayla have these, is these huge darning needles, right? So these are, let's see, 6 inches, and they're called the weaving needles, and they are huge. And these are perfect to do with amigurumis. Let me show you with this kitty cat. You remember this kitty cat that I made not too long ago? I put it in here, and then I push it through, and then I push it through to the other arm, and then I can look and see and say, okay, that looks good. So then I just start stitching right here, and I start stitching right here, and then I just remove the needle, and I can get my arms a lot more even. Sometimes I even use it for holding on the head. I'll push it down through, make sure the head looks good, and then I go around. Oops, I have it off to the side. And then I go around, you get the idea, and then sew on the head. So it makes it so much easier for me to keep things together. So I bought these, but I also got this super long one that Kayla had, and I absolutely am so thankful for it. And this is, I think it's like a 12-inch, but you can see, and it comes in this little case. You just pull off this one side. Oh, no, that side, this side. I think it's this side. Yeah, there we go. And then you see the big long needle. And this is huge. It's got a nice big eye. So, and I know Kayla says she uses this a lot to, and it's got a super sharp end, so I have to be careful with it. But she uses this a lot when she makes her arms and legs movable. This way she can just push it in and pull it all the way through. And this is a lot thinner than those other blue ones. So it comes through the holes, the amigurumi, and through the middle a lot easier. My boy cat loves to chew on this. This is like his favorite thing to gnaw on, and I don't know why, but he loves the gnaw on this end. But yeah, so I wanted to show you that if you do a lot of amigurumis, this and these are your best friends. They will make your life so much easier and amazing. Now I wanted to show you one more thing before I show you the other items that I made. I got myself this little goodie bag at the first Founders Day celebration in, I don't remember the name of the town, but it's a half hour from me. And I was there doing town-wide yard sales, and I went to the thing afterwards. And if you watch Jane from Scraptastic Yarns, she does some gems, and I have been into crystals for 23 years now or so. I have quite a few, but I picked up 3 more. And this one, it's going to be, I think it might be a little bit hard. No, you can see the details. So you can see the details on that. And I forget what each one of these do. Well, why not forget what this one does? Ooh, sorry about that. Sorry, Jemmy, I forgot. I do know that all of these will help your stress levels. So I do know that they all do stress levels. That one is, the one I just showed you is for sexual health as well. And then I got this one, which I thought was really, really cute. And then I got a tiger eye, which I love tiger eyes. And tiger eyes is a very good one to have next to you. It helps promote sleep and just helps with clarity and energy and stress levels. So I thought those were really awesome. I wanted to share that. And now I want to share some of the items that I've made this week. A couple I made months ago, and then a couple of these I made just this weekend. So I want to share this one. These are from Stringy Ding Ding's, a Stringy Ding Ding pattern, and they are little bags that you can use to fill with candy for Valentine's Day. And I just thought those were so adorable. I made a bunch of these, and I did give some to my niece's stepdaughter and my new baby nephew. So I just thought I'd share that with you. Like I said, that pattern's from Stringy Ding Ding. And then this pattern, I'm not sure which one of my books this is from. I'm sorry, I forget. But my friend's daughter loves unicorns, and this is, I'm not too liking with the patterns that have the arms in the front like this, but it's meant to kind of sit down, kind of like that, so to speak. But I made this for her, and this was going to be shipped out to her this week. I have a couple other packages I need to send out, so I'm going to be sending this out to her so she can finally get it. And then this I made a little bit ago, and I have forgot to share it with you. I don't remember. I think this is from my Whimsical Stitches. And I used a smaller hook than I did with this one. And this one I made with, from Whimsical. See this, the difference? This one's a little bit bigger. This one's made with sparkle yarn. You can see the sparkle in that a little bit. And then I just did the same as on the top. But I thought those were really, really cute. Those are going to go to Crystal for her fairy. And then I'm not sure if I shared this with you, but it's worth sharing again because I have no idea what I was doing. First of all, it's supposed to be a ladybug. Okay. I made it purple. As you can see, now ladybugs is only supposed to have the one line going down the middle. All right. So first thing is this was off. So this was my normal original line down the middle, right? Well, you can see where my head is. So that's obviously off already, right? And then here's the legs. Where is it? Okay, so here's the 4 legs. And so the head is supposed to go here with that one stripe going down here. And then here's the legs. Well, you can see the legs. Here's the head. And over here's the stripe. So this little... I'm going to keep this one for myself only because it's totally messed up. But it just makes me laugh every time I look at it. And then I did use eyes that have like yellowish. He's got little fuzzies on them. Eyes with like the little brown in them to make it the buggy look. And then last year I made this right at the end of the year, and I wish I would have stuffed. This is before I really learned how to stuff my amigurumis. This one is super. This is a witch's brew, and I forget where I found this pattern because it's been over a year. But as you can tell, it's like super squishy, which isn't bad because it still, you know, will stand on its own. I just got to fix the little legs down here. But I just thought that cauldron was just really adorable. And I found it just in time to put out for my Halloween, if I even get a chance to decorate for Halloween. I'm not sure if I'm going to get a chance. And then this weekend I made, and I think this came out looking a little weird. I don't know, maybe it's not weird, maybe it's just me, but this is supposed to be a cupcake. I thought, how easy can a cupcake be? You know, or how hard can it be? Well, I made it look hard because this just doesn't look like a cupcake to me. I don't know. But it's going to go out to Crystal. That's another item that I made for Crystal. And then I had to try one of Crystal's little monsters. And I loved how Ella from No Catchy Name made hair on top. So I did the same. So here's my little monster. And he is completely no-sew. So as you're doing the pattern, you're putting in the arms and you're putting in the legs. And then at the end, I just put in some hair. And I just took one of my yarn needles and unraveled this and pulled it through and then trimmed it up. But look how cute he is. I put some felt behind the eyes. I just thought he turned out really, really adorable. So he's going to go to Crystal. And then I made this adorable little bunny. This was also out of Whimsical Stitches. And he's got a little bunny tail on the back. Look how cute that is. So he's going to be going to Crystal for the yarn fairy. And then I made these two, and these just not sure how I'm feeling about them. The stems are my own creation because I did not find started the patterns. I did them Wednesday night, and then I couldn't remember where the patterns were, so I had to do my own stems. But so I stuffed them super tight and then wrapped the string around there and then just created the stem. And then I did one holding two stems, or two of the yarns together at the same time. So you can see this, the stitch definition is just different. This is much thicker, and then you see the smaller. And then again, I created the stem on there. So 2 little pumpkins. These are not going to go to crystal. I'm going to keep these, but yeah, I just thought I'd show you that. And then I started one new WIP, and let's make this a little bit quick because I see it's at 30 minutes already. And it's housed in my candy corn bag from No Catchy Name, one of Ella's bags that I got. And it's a really adorable bag that's got the black and white polka dot. So this one, I will just show you the 1 foot that I have done. So this is the 1 foot. And this is going to be a Highland cow that I'm working on for my brother's girlfriend. I have to make 4 more of these, and then, or 1 more, and then do the front paw, the front hoof, and then I start on the cow itself. So it is a paid for pattern, and I will link it below if you want to check it out. It was $7 or $8. I forget which one it was. But my brother's girlfriend paid for the pattern, and I am going to make it for her. So that is all I have for you today. I want to thank you for taking the time to spend with me this afternoon, and welcome to any of my new subscribers. I know I've been getting some new subscribers, and welcome back to all my other subscribers. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Stay tuned soon for my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. It is going to be fantastic. I will have some I love this yarn in it. I know I have some Canadian subscribers, and I know I love our Hobby Lobbies are not available up there. And I know a lot of you here in the States do not have access to Hobby Lobby. So I decided I'm going to go shopping at Hobby Lobby for the yarn for my giveaway. I'm still putting it together, so just stay tuned, and we will get that going as soon as possible. Thank you so much again for joining me this afternoon, and please take care, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.